Before we begin the event for today, we will be having a video, content video to be played. Okay, so to give the welcome remarks, please give a warm welcome to the DTI Undersecretary and DOI Managing Head, Mr. Dr. Severino S. Rodolfo.
Our partners from industry to Dr. Dan Lachito of the Semiconductor and Electronics Industries in the Philippines or safety. To Mr. Kurt Tua of the Electronics Industries Association of the Philippines. And representing our IC design community to Ms. Sharif Awondo of CINIX. Wala si Lazaka, no? But I see James, malaki si James. Anyway, to our partners from government, DOST T-shirt, Executive Director, Engineer Frida Escorial, to Executive Director Cory Mendoza of the Board of Investment, so my boss, and another boss, Director Bianca Security of the DTI Export Marketing Bureau, to our academic partners, to Dr. Louis Alarcon of the UP Electrical and Electronics Engineering Institute, to Dr. Alexander Abad of the PLSU Manila, to Dr. Ralph Gerald Sangalang of the Batangas State University. I also saw earlier si Engineer Garcia and Engineer of the Colegio de Muntinlupa. To our partners from media and to everyone who is here, good morning and welcome to the Board of Investments. Thank you for joining us in this morning's media brief, a product of the sub-working group formed under the Semiconductor and Electronics Sectoral Working Group. The Sectoral Working Group's goal is to identify strategies and initiatives that we, the government, industry, and academia can implement jointly to help push this industry forward. So this morning, we would like to provide or share information on what the sub-working group has been doing and what else we intend to do so that we will be able to reach a wider audience and better inform the Filipino people of the different opportunities we have in the semiconductors and electronics industry, not only in terms of investments, but also, very important, in developing our skills and capabilities. And actually, the very close relation between skills development and generating investments. Semiconductors and electronics have been having headlines across the globe. With the rapid technological development in the industry, side by side with the U.S. thrust to diversify its supply chain from China. All economies have been racing towards building capacities in order not to be left behind, capitalizing on their available resources and expertise, including availability of workforce, infrastructure, enabling policies, and access to raw materials and supporting industries. The Philippines will not be left behind with our globally recognized capabilities in semiconductor manufacturing services, with strengths in assembly, test and packaging, as well as in electronics manufacturing services, in turn with strengths in complex PCB assembly, box build and systems assembly. We are actually in a good position to serve as a strategic partner for semiconductor giants across the globe. Moreover, we have a growing IC design capability that can be nurtured towards global leadership. And this morning, we are joined by the leaders of all of these industries that we are working with. I was just reminded because I saw a pillar, a pioneer when it comes to chip design, Vic Druet, and I was showing him earlier a presentation material that I was able to unearth from my files, from my email. This was way back in 2007. when I was still a teacher at the University of Asia in the Pacific. It's a presentation on the Philippines chip design and device fabrication capability. Because at that time, they were asking universities to come and visit their microlab in UP. Now later on, you will hear more about one of the very important aspects of this industry, and that will form a very important pillar of our drive towards global leadership in this industry, in particular our workforce. The Filipino remains as our strongest and best value proposition, but there's still a lot more to be done to be able to enrich this pool of highly trainable and highly skilled young workers. Basically, we want to upscale and to upskill. Philippines is targeting to develop, you have already heard this before, 128,000 engineers and technicians by 2028. Yung 128 by 2028. To support the semiconductor and electronics industry, from micro-engineers to Tesla certified technicians, PhD and Master of Graduates to licensed engineers. We will need their skills and capabilities to move the semiconductor and electronics industry forward. There is only one way to achieve this, and that will be through close collaboration among government agencies, including DOST, Tesla, Chen, and DepEd, among others, along with our industry representatives here, particularly SAFETI, IAPI, and the IC Design Group, and very important, the ATOBIN. Aside from what we will hear today, we have also various initiatives in store, including the support program being developed in the U.S. government under the CHIPS Act. You may have initially heard about earlier this year when U.S. Undersecretary of State for Economic Growth, Energy, and Environment, Jose Fernandez, visited the country and announced the Philippines as one of the partners that will receive support from their government through the International Technology Security and Innovation Fund. So we can begin our discussions by hearing our colleagues from the DOST and the Academy to learn more about semiconductor and electronics industry workforce, what we have from the DOST to share to support them. So thank you very much. By the way, for those of you who attended the other days of Pinoy app parang launch, you might have heard me say this. I think it's very appropriate for us. Timing is right, but the window of opportunity is tight. So we really need to collaborate with each other to take advantage of these very important opportunities. Thank you.